debates, and this is so embarrassing for him. He's getting shit on so hard, he legitimately can't respond to the argument and is retreating back to like thanking donors. Come on, dude, respond to the argument. So when you said Marcus, all you meant was atheists who don't believe in aliens, right?
What am I going to buy with the $100, dude?
He can't do it. He actually can't do it. Is this like complete defeat? Is this what complete defeat looks like, Chris?
Link tree in the bio, folks.
It is complete defeat. It's complete defeat. He's actually defeated. He's actually defeated. All right. I've broke you. I've completely defeated you. You are a dog that is rolled over. And with that, let's go ahead and thank a couple donors. Thank you so much, Catherine, for the $20 donation over on PayPal. Let's get 200 Catherine W's down below. Thank you so much for the love and support, Catherine. Catherine says, contributing to your therapy fund. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much for the $20 as well. Who says, it's fascinating to watch you unravel a propagandized mind in real time. We all watch this guest follow all the logical steps and failing. I know, right? We completely unraveled his mind. It actually is rather fascinating. Thank you for the $20. Yes, listen to him. My link tree is in my bio. I'd also like to thank Mike for the $5 on PayPal. Alex, thank you for the $10. Who says, didn't Trump claim that he would sue over the birthday letter because he didn't because he knew that it would lead to discovery? I think he actually did launch that lawsuit. It's just not going anywhere. Thank you so much for the $10, Alex. Jamie, thank you for the $10 as well. Who says, conservative woman who can't stand Trump and wanted to make a point on the law enforcement as a social program debate you had. Okay, I'll take a look at your point, and thank you for the $10, Jamie. Joseph, thank you so much for the $50 on PayPal. Holy shit. Show some love to Joseph down below in that chat for the $50 donation. Thank you so much for the love, man. Show some massive love to Joseph down below. I really appreciate you. One moment. Stop grifting. Joseph with a 50 says, universal healthcare would save the U.S. $500 million a year. It would help veterans who struggle with PTSD. And last time I checked, would keep people alive. No, we absolutely do need universal healthcare, Joseph. Thank you for the $50. Let's see, Anon, thank you for the $2. Malia with the $5. Nicholas, thank you for the $15. He says, can a cop stop a breakout of fatal illness that can be spread? Can a cop administer necessary vaccines to keep that from happening? No, healthcare is instrumental to the success of the nation. Thank you for the $15, Nicholas. Natalie, thank you for the $5. And then Natisha, thank you so much for the $33 over on PayPal. Just saying that this guy was making a false equivalence. No, absolutely. Thank you so much for the $33, Natisha. Show some love to Natisha down below. Sarah, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. Who says that the behaviors of police and healthcare professionals are functionally equivalent because they keep people alive and they keep people safe. Yes, absolutely, Sarah. And then Brian, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. Who says you're much too educated for all these Dunning-Krugers. They wouldn't know a fact if it shot him in the ear. Damn, Brian. Thank you for the $20, dude. Show some love to Brian down below in that chat for the 20. Same thing to Daniela, who says, thank you for being a voice in my home, helping me educate my 10-year-old daughter. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with me, Daniela. I'm happy that we could help keep your daughter educated. Thank you for the $10. I'm happy that there's something positive being taken away from the stream. Thomas, thank you for the $5. Brock, thank you for the $5. Then Victoria with the 3. And then Kirian, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Then Amanda, thank you so much for the $25 donation on PayPal. Let's get 250 Amanda W's. I'm very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much for that support and love, Amanda. You are completely fucking awesome. Awesome. Show some love to Amanda, as well as Jacob. Thank you so much for the $5 on PayPal, who says, don't ever disrespect yourself by calling him the Magadine Withers. Yeah, I was just like trying to think of a way to describe like what he does. Like, he goes live every day. He does debates, so on and so forth. But we all know that when I say I'm streaming off of, just to like figure this all out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty overwhelmed. I'm trying my best, though. I'm trying my best. Let's go ahead and get that next guest loaded up into the box, you guys. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please and thank you. Let's go to get that next guest, Kaylee J, loaded up into the queue right now. We're going to move on to the next guest, Blake. Oh, Blake didn't join either. Let me know down below in that chat if you happen to be MAGA. I'd love to have you guys up. Quickly, over in Super Chat, thank you so much for the $20. T, thank you so much for the love, T, who says, nerdy theory for the caller, per latest estimates of the Drake equation, an estimated 36 commutative species in the Milky Way alone, or 72 trillion within the entire universe. Where's that coming from, T? I'd like to look into that. Thank you for the $20. Same thing with you, Chanel. Thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat saying, here you go. And then Kelly, thank you so much for the $50 Super Chat. Holy shit. Show some love to Kelly down below. That is Keila. Kalia. Sorry, not Kelly. Kalia with the $50 says, when Charlie Kirk died, Republicans said celebrating a person's death was beneath us, called it vile and called for accountability. Trump celebrated Robert Mueller's death, and there was silence. Hi, chat, and hi, Dean. Hope Vacay was great. It is so fucking hypocritical, Kalia. So hypocritical. There's even a clip of JD Vance saying that maybe people should be fired if they celebrate Kirk's assassination. But now he's serving as a vice president to a man that celebrated Mueller's. MAGA hypocrisy knows no bounds. Thank you for the $50. Same thing to you, Full Band. Thank you for the $50 as well on Super Chat. You guys are being so fucking kind today. Full Band with the 50 on Super Chat says that this is called motivated ignorance. They know that they're wrong, but they cannot admit to it because it collapses the narrative that they've created in their heads. They're liars and cowards. Once again, another message that perfectly depicts and describes the oozing contradictions and lies from MAGA. It's almost like they don't even care, okay? They don't care about the lies, right? Thank you for the $50, Full Band. Show some love to Full Band down below. Thank you so much for the support. Do you support Trump? I love Jim.
Hey, how's it going? No, I do not, but I wanted to come on here because...
Hell yeah, I'm really happy that you don't support Trump, man. Today we are just looking for Trump supporters. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Dude, oh my God. Michael, my man, thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. Dude, that is crazy, man. Let's get 1,000 Michael W's down below in that chat. Michael with $100 says, supporting you, not the guest. Yeah, that guy got pushed. Plus, he was just totally making those donations up. But I appreciate you so much for the love, Michael. That is beyond kind. Thank you so much for the support. Like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. That's fucking crazy. And I'm so grateful for you. Show some love to Michael down below in that chat. Thank you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, I do not actually, but I have a very interesting take on the Trump supporters. I'm a behavioral scientist, and I definitely have an angle here to talk about.
Yeah, you want to quickly share that while I look for my next guest in the queue?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the interesting, how he chronically claimed that you were deflecting while he himself was doing that. It's actually it's a signature amongst a lot of people that end up supporting someone like Donald Trump. It's actually something that I have found with narcissistic behavioral tendencies with women who end up dating men who are narcissistic. So what I am finding in my research, and I'm writing a white paper on it, is that Lady Liberty is actually in a narcissistic relationship with Donald Trump. Does that make sense? Whereby you are the female that is enamored by the narcissistic traits at the beginning, because at the forefront they make sense. And then halfway down the road, you realize that they are an entrapment to your own sense of sanity. So if you're trying to dismantle someone like that man, right, where you're like, it makes fucking sense that maybe help actually is preventative, just like the police are, you're not talking to a man that has sanity. You're talking to an MPD, basically. That ends up becoming the problem, whereby if you debate them, they're not debatable.
Well, I definitely disagree with that last claim that all of them are not debatable, or else we wouldn't change minds.
No,
we do change some, but I do appreciate you so much for your perspective, and thank you so much, Holly. And I wish you the best of luck on your paper. Holly?
Yes, well,
Papa, do you guys support Trump?
Dean, my girlfriend tells me with that what you do is a real job, but it's not a real job. I work at Amazon. I be putting in that work. You don't put in that work.
Is that Guapo or KDN?
What you do is not. You don't have a real job, bro. Talking to
Okay.
people is not a real job.
Are you Guapo or KDN?
I'm Guapo. Can you hear me?
Okay. Guapo, appreciate you for coming up, man. I'm gonna refocus on KDN. So KDN, and assume that that's your girlfriend's name, and you're the boyfriend.
I can educate people too on how to load them trailers for Amazon, putting in that real work.
Yeah. So do you know that two things can be true at once? It could be true that you have a real job, and it could just sign.
Work, man.
Yeah, that I wouldn't be able to do your job. You know, if I put you in front. But what's the argument that I don't have a job?
So like, have you ever had like a job like where you clocked in and clocked out?
Yeah.
Like, where did you used to work at?
Wendy's.
Okay, so like, if TikTok were to get banned and you dropped out of college, correct?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be very hard for you to find something that pays equivalent, right?
It would not be very hard for me to find a job. No.
Do have a job. They need me.
Well, they wouldn't need you if they didn't exist. Exists the same way TikTok would if it was banned. Okay.
Amazon today that I'm gonna quit.
The point that I'm making is that you lost my job, that I make less money. If you have a job that pays you money, it is necessarily true that if you lost your job, you would make less money. So I don't get that point at all. I don't get that point at all. I think it's a very, very shitty point. Like, okay, if I lost my job, I'd get paid less money. True. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Bro, come on. What are we doing? He left, by the way. I think he realized just how correct he is. Let's go ahead and load up that next guest real quick. Still a handful of people to thank on Venmo. I'm very grateful for you guys. Oh, happily. We're going to get onto that here in one moment. Hey, Liam, remember when you lost that push-up competition?
Are you lying again today? I thought
No,
you were
remember
honest.
when I did 87 push-ups and you could only do 20?
Honest guy.
Yeah, remember, like, honestly, do you remember when I did 87 push-ups and you could
Can
only
we
do
get
20?
on to something important, okay? Listen, I know you're infatuated with my body structure. Stop.
No, I'm not infatuated with your body structure. I just am simply reminding you that you got absolutely destroyed in a push-up competition.
No, I didn't. But you know what? Actually, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 21.
How old am I?
I don't know, like what, 74?
I mean, that would be a lot of wisdom. I wish I was 74. I'd probably be a lot smarter. I know I'm 45.
Sorry.
So I'm double your age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point here?
The point is that you got destroyed.
Are you trying to make yourself feel good? We didn't have an actual push-up contest.
Yeah, we did.
Right? No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
If we're going off a technique and we're going off, actual correct push-ups, bottoming out, topping out, all that. But listen, I know that you want to feel like, you're.
No, listen, all that I'm asking you is if you remember getting mogged in a push-up competition by me. That's all I'm asking.
I did not, because we didn't go 1 for 1 back to back.
let's go 1 for 1 push-up right now. And then you said, no, let's go 25 for 25. And then I was like, okay. Then I did 25 push-ups. And then in return, you barely did 25. You started struggling at 10. And then I did another set of 25. And then another set of 25.
Listen, okay,
and then
look,
another set of
I'll
25.
answer to this.
It was brutal, Leo.
You know what I like, chat? I like that he's like off the political thing now. He's like, you know what? Trump is doing a great job. Now let's just talk about something else that's going to bring me popularity.
I get it. If I like waffles,
okay?
Does that mean that I don't like pancakes?
No, I know that you're smart. You're a smart young man. You know.
Wait. Just because I'm reminding you that you got mogged in a push-up competition doesn't mean.
No, I didn't get mogged. But what I'm saying is,
I think that you got brutally mogged, Liam.
Dude, I just think that Trump he's really doing such a great job.
It kind of sounds like your ego's hurt. Is it hurt, Liam?
No, I don't.
Can you
really
please
have
calm
any...
down? You're crashing out because your ego's bruised because you got mogged in a push-up competition.
So let me show you.
You are way too emotional, Liam. I need you to calm down.
Let me show you what my life looks like.
Yeah, but can you please calm down a little bit?
Why don't you put me on the big screen real quick?
I'm so sorry. Little screen for little guys like yourself.
Put on the screen. I want to show you what somebody that doesn't need to ask for gifts.
Little screen for little guys.
Go ahead and turn on. Just show everyone the person that you're talking to. Come on, don't be a troll. Big screen me right now. Go on.
I actually am not going to do that. You could show it everyone on the little screen.
Go ahead. No, what am I going to show them? Go ahead.
Whatever you want on the little screen. What are you showing me right now, Liam?
Big screen. I'm waiting.
Oh, I actually kind of want to see what it is. What are you showing us? Some type of marina?
My life.
Okay, you're on the water. That's pretty cool, Liam. What does this do? What was that? Was this supposed to? What does that communicate?
You can sit in your bed. You can sit in your. So you can sit in your bedroom. Okay. You can pet your cat, and there's other people out here that are living real life. Okay. We're living life.
I got to do it. I have to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He doesn't know, guys.
What are you gonna do? Oh my gosh.
For everyone on. You know what? For everyone on YouTube.
What are we doing? You look really excited. You're going to do something. What is the craziness you're going to do right now?
Well, you're saying that, I just like.
Why is everyone following your alter ego? Why are people following this other Dean right now? What is this?
Just give me a second. I'm going to try to find a way to get this on YouTube. Oh, there we go.
Chat, how much do you think Dean Withers needs me at this point? You think to keep him relevant? You think he needs me, doesn't he?
It's funny. All right, so you showed a marina, and that was indicative of you living life, right?
Yeah, why not?
Just to clarify, you don't think that I have anything like that right now, right?
Are you still in California right now or not?
Well, just give me a second, because you showed a marina, and you're really living
kind of a marina, or like a home sitting on top of a marina.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Just hang out here. Hey, Liam, you could still hear me, right?
I can hear you. What are we gonna see right now?
Yeah, and you're on
vacation?
saying that, oh, I'm just inside of my bedroom and I'm not living life at all, right, Liam?
You are in your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm just in my bedroom. No, so true, Liam.
This is what you paid for, chat, right here. All of your gift. Look at this. All of your gifting goals. This is what it paid for. Cannot hear you, bro. You sound the best you've ever sounded.
Oh yeah, no, my mic was muted. So I said, yeah, I'm in my bedroom, Liam. Look at my bedroom.
Turn around. Let me see where you're at. Turn around. Let me see where you're staying.
I'm not gonna dox myself, Liam.
Why would you not
I don't
do
know,
that?
man. I don't know, man. Is this the bedroom you're talking about? Do I have a pretty gorgeous bedroom?
You're
Liam?
such a big bad push-up king that he can't even
Well,
show
I
where
just
he's
want to
staying.
clarify. Do I just have a beautiful bedroom or not?
You're so tough and so strong and just so masculine. You can't even show where you're staying.
Did you get
Wow.
knocked, Liam?
Wow. Is there so many people that just like you or whatever it is that you're scared to show your real life? Grow up, bro.
Somebody sounds really mad.
I'm not mad. I'm very, very
Try to play
calm
the,
and
big tough
collected.
guy by turning your camera on and showing a marina. But I don't know, man. It seems like maybe I'm living life a little bit better than you right now.
I wanted to show you what touching grass looks like and what it feels like. It feels good. Hey, why are people like Jasmine Crockett hiring criminals as their security detail?
Is that a W bedroom, everyone? Yeah, that's woo! Sorry, I was running there. Whew. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, let's get back to the debates, everyone. No, man, I just, that's probably the only opportunity I'll have in like the next year to pull that card. Dude tried to turn his camera on and show a marina. I'll turn my camera on and show the ocean, dude. Let's go and get that next Trump supporter loaded up into the box. Only up inside of that queue if you're MAGA, please and thank you. I'm going to be unplugging my mic a lot while I get my breath under control. A lot of running there. A little bit further from the ocean than you might think. I just fucking sprinted a little bit. Hi, do you support Trump? No, they're not here. All right, let's go to get the next guest loaded up into the box. Woo! Jeez. I sprint. That was why did I do that? I probably should not have sprinted to the ocean in the middle of my debate stream. Hi, do you support Trump? Hello? Hi, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
18.
Okay, could you please turn off the TV in the background?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Saying any claims to the contrary are aimed at influencing financial and oil markets.
Is that better?
Yeah, what year are you born in?
2007.
Okay, what month?
October.
I don't know. Do you guys trust him? I don't know. I don't trust him. I think that he's under the age of 18. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up into the box right now. Only up inside of the queue of your MAGA. That was actually a pretty nice run, guys. It's really nice outside. I've been waiting for an excuse to show you guys the beach. I don't know. It's pretty fascinating for me since I live in the middle of the mountains. Hi, do you support Trump?
I actually am not sure. I have no political opinion, and I want you to see if you could try and change that. Okay, if you're not sure and you have no political opinion, what I'd recommend is watching the stream, because the main function and utility of the live streams is definitely, to kind of reach out to like the average apolitical viewer. But maybe that there's something I can actually say real quick, because even though you're apolitical, I'd assume that you still hold like moral red lines. Like, is there anything a president could do that would make you stop supporting them? I think, like with Trump, right, he causes wars, like, for instance, with Iran. That was pretty dumb. Like, just bombing the crap out of them is just not a way to, solve conflict. If anything, you're supposed to form alliances. That's just not something that you're supposed to do. Sure, we're quote unquote winning the war, and he's posted about it, but still, that's not something you do by starting wars just to win over a country.
Okay, so is there anything that Trump could do that would make you hold like a firm anti-Trump stance?
I mean, if I saw like a president, for instance, like I know this is kind of a based opinion, but if I saw another president like Barack Obama with his cheap health care and just everything with his health care was amazing, like really cheap health care, that was an awesome presidency note.
I'm sorry, that wasn't. So the question that I asked you, is there anything that Trump could do that would make you stop supporting him to be firmly anti-Trump?
Sorry, that was my fault. I forgot. I would say if he caused any major conflict that involved any other countries with, especially anything including like the big four, like China, North Korea, and stuff like that. If he started that, I would become immediately anti.
Okay, well, I mean, the war that he started in Iran involves over 20 countries in one way or another. So, I mean, that is a major conflict. That's undeniable.
Thank you for teaching me that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, like, for instance, Iran hit British air bases in Cyprus, which is a part of the EU. So, and all of a sudden now involves the EU. They shut down the Strait of Hormuz, but that kind of impacts every other country in the face of planet Earth. You know, we have the regional retaliatory strikes against like the UAE, against Saudi Arabia, Yemen. No, not Yemen. A couple other countries too. So it's a pretty big conflict.
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.
Yeah, take care. By the way, I was about to say Oman there, but I don't think it does. Because I know that Oman is on Iran's better side, and they've kind of worked as a pretty successful negotiator / middleman for a while with Iran. Do you support Trump? Has Iran like destroyed that relationship yet? Does anybody know if like Oman's been hit? Do you support Trump?
You're such a kitty bastard!
Hope you're doing well, Screaming Fetus. I feel like it's been a while. Let's go, W Screaming Fetus. While we look for that next guest, we got Gemma loading up into the box. I'm still trying to catch my breath. That was a good little run there. Hello, do you support Trump? Nope, they left. All right, we got the next guest, Sporty, loading up into the box.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, hi, you're MAGA?
I wouldn't say MAGA. No president's perfect. No president, you know, his problem is he puts the carriage before the horse a lot, you know, saying that he's going to solve this, that, and the other. That I don't appreciate and I can't respect. But what I can respect is, look what just happened in Chicago with their sanctuary city laws protecting illegals. By the way, do you support sanctuary cities?
I mean, I definitely support...
Right. That's not me. That's the idiot below me.
Wait, what's your name?
Forget about it.
Bro, okay, listen, I'll kick the child, but don't just call random children idiots. This is a bit much.
Well, you shouldn't be on here for the child acting like an idiot. Anyway, do you support sanctuary city laws?
Jeez. Well, can you give me an example of a sanctuary city law that I could give you?
Well, let's give you an example of Chicago, what just happened in Chicago, where a poor girl was murdered by an illegal scumbag who shot her in the back of the head for absolutely nothing. And Chicago's sanctuary city laws not allowing ICE to work with police made this happen.
So, yeah, I do definitely support sanctuary city laws. And let me describe to you what I mean by that. But there's just a bit of noise. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just like to point out.
Okay. Yeah, but I do support those laws, and I could tell you how I kind of navigate around scenarios such as the one that you just described. Let me respond. Let me respond because
you're getting a little tied up now. I see that.
No, I haven't even started responding yet. You just cut me off.
Yeah, no, with your lies. Go ahead, pal.
Okay. Yeah, so I do support sanctuary city laws, where states and cities have refused to work with federal law enforcement officers, ICE, to manage and handle deportations. The reason why I support those laws, because I think it's a good thing to not cooperate, if not legally required to, with federal agencies that have the blood of innocents unapologetically on their hands and uphold complete and total disrespect for law and life. And ultimately, if that lack of cooperation leads to more violent undocumented immigrants committing more violent crimes, then the blame would fall on ICE for being the federal agency with the blood of innocence on their hands.
It's ICE's fault that poor girl got shot. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
You are a sick individual, bro. I'm going to prove to you
it's their fault why cities don't want to work with them.
I'm going to prove to you why you're a sick individual.
Okay, but respond to that point. It's their fault.
In states like New Orleans and other states where they cooperated with ICE,
New Orleans isn't a state, dumbass.
There was no issues. There was no issues, bud. There was no issues, bud. Okay? And now you're... Okay, one more thing. Jocelyn Nungary. You know who she was?
Tell us.
Okay, I'm going to tell you since you're so ignorant. Here you go. You say that illegal gangbangers should have due process, right?
Well, I mean, in accordance with the 4th and 14th Amendment, every person in this country has due process, and that's because it's a natural right.
I'm not asking you for a story. It's a simple yes or no.
Yeah, all humans should have natural rights, including due process.
So an animal gangbanger is a human, you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, he is. Okay, let me clue you in on something, smart guy. Jocelyn Nungary was a 12-year-old little beautiful girl living in Arizona, okay, who was brutally scraped and mutilated by 2 illegal scumbag gangbangers waiting for their due process. And a fucking moron like you says this is okay.
Okay, so no, I don't say that's okay. I think a document...
You just said it was. Don't backtrack now, bud.
So what I'm saying is not okay is the fact that a child was killed. I still uphold...
You ran out to the beach.
Okay.
You ran out to the beach. Prove that these suckers giving you money is allowing you to live this lavish lifestyle. You're a little ant that needs to be stepped on. You're a piece of shit. Okay. You lie all the time, and you're garbage, bro. You're garbage.
Well, I understand why you want to crash out, and that's because I spend every single day coming on live stream, refuting the bullshit spilled out of putrid mouths such as your own. Now, to the first point that you made, I actually think that examples such as the one you gave about a 12-year-old girl being brutally murdered is why people need due process. Because we need to ensure that we are able to identify, detain, and punish those that are truly culpable for the murder of that 12-year-old girl. If we do not have a process in place to ensure that we're able to identify, detain, arrest, and throw in jail the perpetuators of these very violent crimes, well, then we will never know if we have truly caught the person culpable for it or not. That is why due process is so important, to ensure that the perpetuators of crimes, especially violent ones, are thrown in jail. If there's no due process, then it's just up to the whim of whomever's in charge. Maybe the local prosecutor or even Trump just decides who is guilty for this crime based upon their own suppositions, in contrast to an objective process through the criminal justice system, which is why due process is so important. Now, the second point that you brought up there was about my lavish lifestyle. I am very privileged. I acknowledge that privilege on a day-by-day basis, and I am unapologetic for spending money to bring my girlfriend out to California to see her sister and spend 3 days at the beach. I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with me spending some of my money on a vacation for my girlfriend's 21st birthday. Can I acknowledge that not everybody has the funds to spend on a vacation? 110%. Can I acknowledge that, especially right now under Donald Trump, that the average American is financially strained? 110%. But does that make it wrong for me to spend some of my money on a vacation for me and my girlfriend's 21st birthday while acknowledging that privilege? Absolutely not. And I mean, hey guys, I'm going to be honest. I think the fact that I'm sitting here having these conversations with Trump supporters compared to being on that beach for 4 hours, I think really demonstrates a point to be clear. That point being that I love what I do to the extent of forgoing a couple hours on the beach on a 4-day vacation just to do it more. But that guy was a little bit insane. Now, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. I'm going to quickly thank a handful of people. Thank you so much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Brad. Thank you so much for the support. Show some love to Brad down below. Brad with the $20 says, the caller from earlier that insulted your job pissed me off. I burned my hand and cried at work today and just wanted to come watch the live and relax. That means something to me. You work hard, and I know that has to be so hard, bro. I appreciate you for the $20, Brad. I mean, I think that there's some aspects of what I do that are hard. I think that there's other aspects, that aren't. I think that is definitely true. Thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate you. And then same thing to you, Sean. Thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. I appreciate you. By the way, that guy got banned. Hey, Law.
How's it going?
Woo, it's going all right. A little bit all over the place because my mind's on about a billion things, but happy to be here. How about yourself, man?
You're keeping it together all right. I'm good. I'm sad the last guest left. I wanted to point out the fact that if due process didn't exist, Donald Trump would have executed the Central Park Five because he came to his own conclusion that those 5 people who were later found out to be innocent were guilty of that crime. So not only is due process vital for making sure that justice happens, actual justice happens to people who commit crimes, but also to making sure that people don't get wrongfully accused by the government or whichever leader is electing to dispense their own justice.
Yeah, I think that's a point that I was trying to communicate earlier, is that due process is of the utmost importance because it ensures that we're able to correctly identify those that are truly guilty for a crime. Without due process, well, we, like you said, would be executing, imprisoning, and punishing innocent people not guilty for crimes, which on top of being wrong in of itself because we're punishing innocent people, is also wrong because it purports the greater threat of then leaving that person who's truly guilty to stay in possession of their freedoms, to roam the streets of this country and recommit.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, there's the other part of that is that, some crimes are certainly not redeemable, but we lock up far too many people who we're mad at and not enough people who we're afraid of. And if we focus more on not locking up people who we're just mad at and actually rehabilitating them from whatever their offenses are, getting them treatment or helping them overcome substance abuse or cycles of poverty, then we actually have the room and the ability to focus more of our incarceration resources on people who actually pose threats to society, where we're not in this position where we have to offer them bails and bonds because we simply don't have the ability to detain them until their trials are over.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Law. I saw you in the queue. I thought I'd bring you up. Thank you so much for...
yeah, no problem, bud. Thanks.
For
Enjoy your vacation.
Popping in. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Law. Where we're at, we're actually considering... Well, I'll keep that for later. All right, I'm going to go thank a couple people real quick. Kelly, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Says, why don't they ever bring up the horde crimes committed by white American men? Yeah, especially when you consider the fact that undocumented immigrants only account for 1% of violent crimes. Meanwhile, American men account for 92%. One white American man specifically who accounts for some of those violent crimes would be nobody other than the person that they support to run the country, Mr. Trump. How are they going to sit here and convince me and you that they care about crime when they support the felon, adjudicated rapist, admitted sexual exploiter, sexual pervert, predator's president? They can't. Same thing with his attacks on federal law, disobedience in accordance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, war crimes in the South Caribbean, war crimes in Iran. They don't care about the law. They only care about the law when it benefits them in their narrative, not when it could be used as a tool to hold those accountable that deserve to be held accountable when on their side of the aisle. Thank you so much, Haley, for the $5 as well for another drink on the beach at me. Well, I appreciate you for the $5, Haley. I don't think I'm going to be having another drink at the beach. Oh my God. I drank a whole bottle of wine last night. Wait, like a whole bottle myself. Oh, I didn't feel too good this morning. I'm not gonna be drinking for a while. Jesus Christ. Amanda, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo as well. I appreciate you. Brandon, thank you for the $10 who says you live rent-free in Liam's head. So real. Amanda, thank you for the $10. Josh, thank you for the 5. And then Jennifer, thank you so much for the $20 donation, who says, well done. Thank you so much for that support, Jennifer. Show some love to Jennifer. And then Victoria, thank you for the 10. And then Owen, thank you so much for the $10 as well. And then, oh my goodness, Miss Shelby, thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. I'm so very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much for the love and support, Shelby. Please show some love to Shelby down below in that comment section. I am very, very grateful for you. Let's get 1,000 Shelby W's down below in that chat. Thank you so much. Show some love to Shelby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is beyond fucking kind of you. Same thing to Amy. Thank you for the $20, who says, thank you for all that you do. That last guy was a complete tool bag and just can't accept that he's wrong. Sending all the love from Ohio. Well, thank you so much for that support, Amy. And then Andrew, thank you for the $5. It looks like we are all caught up over on Venmo. Everybody in the chat is saying, get Lily up there. What Lily are you guys referencing? As well as Anne. Holy fuck. Anne, thank you so much for the $200 donation on PayPal. Jesus Christ. And from Quebec City, ladies and gentlemen. And with the $200 says, thank you for all that you do with lots of love from Quebec City. And you know this. Thank you so much for the support. And I am so incredibly grateful for the love. Once again, completely fucking undeserved. For those of you who don't know, Anne will drop by the stream like once every month, once every 2 months. And it will always be so kind. And just know that I appreciate you so very, very much. Show some love to Anne down below in that comment section. That is beyond kind of you. Seriously, thank you so much. Same thing to Taylor. Thank you for the $10. Who says there's also the fact that you still did better than Liam with a cat attacking you at the same time. Yeah, I remember that. That was insane. Alicia, thank you for the $10. And then Emmy, thank you for the $25 donation, who says today's my daughter's 16th birthday. Thank you for helping me get her to embrace progressive politics. Hell yes. Please tell your daughter that I wish her a very, very happy 16th birthday. That's awesome. 16 is a big one. Thank you so much, Emmy, for the $25. Same thing to Madeline. Thank you for the $15, who says, who's babysitting Momo? One of my girlfriend's friends is staying at her house just to babysit Momo. Very kind of them. As well as Patty, thank you so much for the $50. And Laura, thank you for the $50. Show some love to Patty and Laura in that comment section. Patty with the 50 says, can we agree to the statement that MAGA, quote unquote, ignorance is bliss? Seriously, I'm so astounded at the ignorance. Here's for, quote unquote, thank you. You never quit, even when you actually could. Thank you so much for the support, Patty. I will never quit. I love what I do way too goddamn much. Thank you so much for the support. Show some love to Patty down below. And Laura with a $50 donation as well. Thank you so much for your support. Laura actually didn't attach a message, just sent the love. Thank you very, very much, Laura. And then Amber, thank you for the $20, who says, think that The Butterfly Effect is the only book this dude has ever read. I remember who you were talking about, Chris. He kept on mentioning The Butterfly Effect. And then Milo, thank you for the 1 penny. I'm very, very grateful, you guys. Thank you so much for all the support and love. Same thing to Gay Uncles. Thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. He says, buy your girlfriend coffee or tea on me. Oh, bro, you got it. Thank you so much for the $20. That is very kind of you. And then Lexi, thank you for the $10 on Super Chat, who says, my sister's going to see the stream once she's out of the hospital. I was wondering if you could give her a shout out and maybe some encouragement. Her name is Mercy, and she's a big fan. Thank you so much. Mercy, I don't know when this message will get to you. I'm really happy that you're out of the hospital, and I wish you the very best of luck in your continued recovery. Just know that your sister loves you, and I appreciate you so much for being a fan of what we do. Thank you so much, Lexi, and Mercy. Shout out to Lexi, and get well, Mercy. All right, you guys. Everybody in the chat is spamming about some random Lily that apparently loves Epstein. That's kind of crazy. That's really insane. Fucking hell. Now, that can't be real, right? Like, there's not actually somebody out there that loves Epstein, right? They do. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's hellish. Okay. Well, guys, unfortunately, I know that we're only 3 hours and 27 minutes into the stream. I usually end at 4 hours because, we are on, day 2 of the vacation out here. I am cutting my streams a little bit shorter than usual just so I could spend some more time with loved ones, my girlfriend and her sister. So I am going to go ahead and end the stream here for the night. Parker will be on super duper soon at Parker Get a Job everywhere. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day in the last full day in California. Then the day after tomorrow, we'll be flying back to the home studio. All right. Yeah, I just got a text from Park, everybody. He'll be on within the hour. But all right, you guys, I'm going to go to an end. See you all tomorrow. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye.